an area that has a very huge revenue potential because the property market has steadily grown with the passage of time. We have seen even in other countries, East African countries, or even other countries in Africa or elsewhere, they have also angled themselves into collecting taxes through wealth tax and such. And actually CGT is basically a wealth tax, where wealth tax is where you are taxing income that has accumulated over a period of time. So essentially, this is an area that has potential, but there are so many things that may need to be addressed. Some of it could be clarity in terms of the land holding, because some of these have been causing challenges. There are some properties which are held as leasehold, others as freehold, and you might find those who are transferring such like properties. Some argue that this one is a freehold or this one is a leasehold, or for example, also when we talk about land in urban areas, sometimes there is no much clarity as to what urban means and such, and also the applicable rates. Other concerns has been also on terms which again appear to have more or less the same meaning. Like there are cases where there are exemptions, where one is exempted from paying CGT. There are cases where a transaction is excluded from taxation of CGT. Those two terms they may look like they mean the same, but they are pretty different. There is also what we call relief, and you might find again one may not really understand what exactly it is. For one, we are living in a dynamic world. CGT is one of the many tax heads, and what you find is that there is a lot of dynamism in terms of the application or the new rules which are coming up in terms of also the methods that apply in determining CGT. There are also in terms of also holding. Some of these lands may be held in terms of the shares held and such. And also when it comes to properties, property is a very wide term. It's only that over the years it is interpreted to mean land, but it is not just land. CGT is applicable on transfer of property. If you look at the definition of what property, you'll find that it includes even intangible assets like scientific formulas and such, patents and such. So there are so many types of properties, and therefore taxation of CGT, it varies from one country to the other, and therefore for ease of coming to a uniform way of computing this tax, also in terms how to tax CGT when the application goes across border, where it is guided by maybe double taxation agreements and such. It is important, if possible, for the professionals to join this scientific committee, which looks at various models in terms of charging taxes on CGT, so that we can have a platform where we can be exchanging our views on the best way to go about charging this taxation, because like we are mentioning here, it is not just domestic, it is cross-border, because like in Kenya, we have a lot of land that is owned by absent landlords or non-resident landlords. Sometimes payments are transacted from one account to the other, or accounts which are done either between Kenya and those other states, or from another state to another state, but the land is held here. Or in the case of patents and such other scientific formulas, they don't have to be lying here, or goodwill and such. So there is a need for us to to engage. And I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to those who are professionals in this area to join this scientific committee once again, so that we can have a platform where we can be exchanging our views on how to grow revenue collection and property taxes.